So in this particular problem, we really want to see if the results from a study has statistical significance or not. So in this particular problem, we are looking at this sex selection method, which is supposed to increase your chances of conceiving a female birth. And so in their study, they looked at 1,944 users of this method. And out of the 1,944 users, only 993 of them ended up having a female birth. So I want you to pay attention to the notation that I'm using here. N is our sample size. X represents the number of births that are female. And so these two statistics allows us to calculate a third sample statistic, which we call p hat. P hat in this particular problem represents the proportion of births that were girls or females using this method. So we can calculate this sample proportion by dividing X by N. So out of the total number of users of this sex selection method, 994 of them were girls. So that gives us a sample proportion of 0.51, which is approximately 51%. So 51% of births were female, okay, when using this sex selection method. Okay, so that is our sample proportion. Now, is this result, so we want to know, is this result statistically significant or not? And to answer that question, the criterion that we use is we say that if the chances or the probability or the likelihood, so choose your word, if the chances of getting this particular result, right, has a very low probability or likelihood of occurring, then that means that our results are statistically significant. So if the chances of getting this result is, oops, let me use my pen here, 5% or less, then we say that there is statistical significance. But if it's greater than 5%, then we would say no, there is no statistical significance. Okay, let's break this down. Now, would you agree with me that if we did not use this sex selection method, the natural probability of conceiving a girl is 50% or 0.5? So if we were to not use this method, right, we already have a 50% chance of conceiving a girl. This study shows that if you do use the method, your chances increases from 50% to 51%. So is the method effective? We can say that, yeah, this sex selection method is effective because it did increase your chances of conceiving a girl, right? But it really only increased it by 1%. So that increase of 1%, is it significant? Well, we're given another piece of information in this problem where we're told that there was an 18% chance of getting this result, meaning of getting 994 births out of 1,944 total births. So there was an 18% chance of getting a 51% female birth rate using the method. And so we would have gotten this result anyways if this method was not effective. So pay attention to that probability. 18% is higher than 5%. So this tells us that even though the sex selection method does increase your chances of conceiving a female birth, right, it's not really that significant. So that leads us to concluding that not many couples would likely use this procedure if they want to have a baby girl, because it only increases their chances from 50% to 51%. So this method really does not have any practical significance.